What's up guys, it's Daveincid. I'm happy to present you my increased realism April update. This month's focus was on improving salaries, market values and sponsors, among other things, especially in Asia and Africa, since DaveTheEditor has updated his Megapack for those continents. The situation in Russia and Ukraine was also included. Along with these changes there are many more, but one at a time. But first I would like to give you a short review and explanation of the future of DaveTheEditor, which he created after I begged him for it. The complete Under-17 World Championship and the necessary continental qualifications, which includes the Under-17 European Championship. In addition to the fact that it's simply awesome to have such tournaments in the game, they are extremely important for better balancing player reputation. I highly recommend to use this mod for an even better overall balance. Link to his work is in the description. But now move on to my April update. A total of 11 files were improved and one new file was created. Most are highly interconnected. I will explain these changes across files. Oh, and I won't do any big explanations why you should subscribe to my channel. It should be self-explanatory, right? Thank you very much. The salaries, market values and sponsors were again massively improved, especially in Asia and Africa. You can see this especially in smaller nations where the best players now have a low market value and no longer rated as just 0. The market values were calculated in such a way that the transfer fees received roughly correspond to those that are actually paid in real life. A slight increase of 10 to 20% for the constantly rising transfer fees in football is taken into account. This makes managing in smaller nations much more fun, since you can definitely build something up there with being a talented manager, which I bet you are. According to a survey by my patrons, this feature was one of the most important ones that I should continue to improve in the future. So I've packed a lot into this update at short notice. If you also want to have a say in future updates, take a look at Patreon. From £1, dollar, euro or whatever, you can already take part among other benefits. I would be very happy if you do so. I have also made significant adjustments for Russia and the Ukraine, both in the financial area and for transfer preferences, market values, sponsors, league reputations and more, to better reflect the current and probably future situation more accurately. Those changes were made carefully with several tests comparing default versus with the modifications included. The main issue was that without any chance of qualifying for an international tournament, Russian clubs remain way too rich. The league ranking went down in all of my tests to about place 25 to 30. This would lead to a massive loss of attractiveness for sponsors to invest in those clubs. With a permanent ban from international competitions, I also do not see logical reasons that tycoons or oligarchs keep investing a ton of money as well. As you can see from the default save, this isn't working properly. My changes are trying to create a more logical balance, including lower sponsorship income, lower market values and as a consequence lower salaries. I also had to devalue Ukraine in this area, but the devaluation there is lower because I believe the support from other countries is greater and the damage is there less heavy, especially because the clubs aren't banned from international competitions. I know it's a very emotional topic, but I left emotions out in those changes and focused completely on the in-game balance with the given sanctions. Please note, the decline can, in some cases, only be seen after 2 or 3 in-game years. In long term, however, both leagues will be weaker in most cases. With very good performance, however, there is still enough potential to make successful careers. Well, at least in Ukraine. At club level, I did my best to better represent the financial development of top clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. Their revenues are based on the Deloitte statistics from 2021. Barcelona in particular is very difficult because the players have agreed to a large pay cut, but the sponsors are still the same and the debt reduction in Football Manager is happening very slowly and early repayments are rather rare. So after a few years, Barcelona is swimming in money while Real Madrid is permanently broke. Basically, it is very difficult to represent the finances realistically in Football Manager, since you can research the income relatively well, but this is actually impossible with the expenses. So the primary goal is to achieve a certain balance with all sources available, logically for all clubs worldwide, whether the Premier League in England or the third league in Thailand. A new file is the national team reputation fix. It looks like the national team reputation has a bigger influence in terms of league reputation as I thought. It confuses me because down to my logic it should be the other way around. Anyways, for the overall balance I've lowered all national team reputations by 5%. This helps for less stronger increases of league reputations and, not 100% sure yet, encourages AI to nominate younger players into the national team. You need to give some effort for the next part. I'm currently stressed and not in the mood to talk, so have a read. So stay tuned for more content over the next weeks. I hope you enjoyed the changes for this month. Cheers, Daveincid.